Tamale Secondary School has a wonderful opportunity to be the light of Northern Ghana. We the children must be bold and brave, sincere and faithful, happy and gay. We stand and strive for the glory of our school.
75 years ago, on the quiet plains of northern Ghana, a vision was born. A vision not just out of a school, a forge of character, and a beacon of hope. Welcome to Tamale Senior High School, affectionately called Tamasco. From humble beginnings, with modest classrooms and determined minds, Tamasco has grown into a towering tree of discipline, of service, and of purpose. So what began as a seed, watered by sacrifice, resilience, and purpose, grew to become one of the finest and most relevant schools in the country. 75 years of education means a lot to the alma mater, for an inspiration to be derived as this 75th anniversary celebration of Tamale Senior High School approaches. So, through this gate came so many astute lawyers, academics, doctors, journalists, politicians, and the like. And so as they came out, excellently raising their heads high and their chests out, so as it is anticipated that the celebration of the 75th anniversary of Tamale Senior High School will be an inspiration to the students that will soon also come out from this gate. So we entreat every one of you to join us in the Paso Square for the launch of this all-important anniversary celebration of Tamale Senior High School, the Northern Light. 75 years ago, on the quiet plains of northern Ghana, a vision was born. A vision not just of a school, but a sanctuary of knowledge, a forge of character, and a beacon of hope. From humble beginnings with modest classrooms and determined minds, Tamale Senior High School, Tamasco, began its journey. What started as a seed, watered by sacrifice, discipline, and purpose, has grown into a towering tree deeply rooted in tradition and reaching endlessly towards the future.
I am Mohammed Yakubu Mustafa, the headmaster of Tamale Senior High School. Tamale Senior High School, which was established by the colonial government in 1951, will be 75 years in December. So it is on this that we decided as management and all other stakeholders, board, PTA, and even our students and teachers decided to celebrate it. And the celebration starts with the launch. So on the 23rd of May 2026, we shall be launching it at the Paso Square in the school. Or we'll climax it in December. For the launch is going to be on the 23rd of May. On the theme, 75 years of excellence in education, celebrating the legacy of the Northern Light and inspiring future generations. When we say the Northern Light, it is not boastful. It is only telling what Tamasco has come to do. In those days, from the Bunu Ahafo downwards up to Paga, because the Tamasco was the first secondary school to be established north of Bunu, from Bunu Ahafo to Paga in 1951. If it is the first senior secondary school, and if secondary education is supposed to give light to the people, that is why we are calling it the Northern Light. So we are calling on all stakeholders, chiefs and people of the north, of the whole of the north, all students, former teachers, present students, parents, board, and people in position whom Tamasco has groomed, and they are now occupying big positions and they are now well to do, to come to our aid, to come and also join us to give a very big celebration and a very big launch.
For 75 years, Tamasco has stood as a pillar of excellence, shaping minds, building leaders, and transforming dreams into reality. Within these walls, stories have been written of resilience, of brilliance rising against all odds, of young boys and girls becoming men and women of purpose. Here, lessons go beyond textbooks. They are lessons of honor, integrity, leadership, and service to humanity. Generations have passed through Tamasco, each leaving footprints of excellence, each carrying forward a legacy of greatness.
I am the Tamale Old Tamascans Association chairman, and my name is IBM Seydou. I am standing here to let every old Tamascan, wherever you are, you know that Tamasco will be celebrating our 75th anniversary, and the launch is supposed to take place on the 23rd of May 2026. I am calling on all old Tamascans to come on board. Let us make this anniversary a big success. We have to come out, contribute our quota, so that at the end of it all, we will have something to be proud of. We cannot leave it to school management. We as OTA must come out, and wherever we are going to source funding, we should do so that we are able to make the anniversary a huge success. Please, OTA members, both home and abroad, whatever it takes, let us help. There will be a lot of activities once we start the launch, and I also entreat all people to come around so that at least our full participation will give color to the whole event.
Yes, I'm Yakubu Abukar, I started Master Administration, and a proud old boy, 1994 year group of Gbewaa House, proud member of Gbewaa House. I'm the steering committee chairperson of the 75th anniversary celebration on behalf of Headmaster. 75 years of excellence in education, celebrating the legacy of the Northern Light and inspiring future generations. That is the theme of the 75th anniversary. And this time around, we want to make the 75th anniversary one of the best in the history of the school. And as part of this anniversary, we have put up, included a projects committee. What our projects committee this time will be doing will be that it will be coordinating all activities of the old boys. When old boys come, old boys of Gbewaa House, old boys of Efron, old boys of Tamakolo, they all have to work through the projects committee. The other new thing we are doing this time around too is to include what we call the legacy project. After 75 years, the old boys of Tamasco must come together and put a project and say, after 75 years, this is what we are leaving behind.
Let us come in our numbers and let us all contribute in cash or in kind, so that at the end of it all, we can pat ourselves on the back and say, Tamasco has done it again. We know, and nobody should tell us, we are the Northern Lights, and we have over the years demonstrated that everybody who is in Ghana knows what Tamascans have done in all fields, be it engineering, be it in the military, the medical field, be it law and whatever. I'm just mentioning just but a few. So please let us come out, help us so that we can make this anniversary a huge success, so that to the glory of God we shall all be happy, and then we can pat ourselves on the back. And all these are activities that is geared towards the launch, but the climax of the launch will be on the 23rd of May, where we shall all gather, and then various activities will take place, and the anniversary cloth will be unveiled.
after 75 years, this is what we are leaving behind. So these are some of the things we want to put in place to make Tamasco at 75 an anniversary that will stand the test of time. We are working with our club for the anniversary is ready. The anniversary Lacoste t-shirt, we're working to customize it into year group. Anniversary will be launched on the 23rd of May, and we have our old boy Honorable Haruna Idrisu as the guest of honor, and we have the chief of Sagnarigu Ambassador Yakubu Andani as our chairman. Health screening, we have cooking competition, we have sports, we have Connect. There are several activities we intend putting interlacing between the launch to the climax of the anniversary. So we're calling on old boys and stakeholders. Tamasco is 75 years, and after 75 years, our anniversary really signals or mirrors 75 years of Northern education, because Tamasco was the first secondary school to be established in the Northern Territory. When we talk about the Northern Territory, it talks of BA, Northern Volta, up to Upper East and Upper West. All these technically 7 regions were the original Northern Territory. So when we're talking about 75 years of excellence in education, we are talking about 75 years of secondary education in the Northern Territories. So that is why everybody must come in. Anybody at all who has education at heart must come and be part of Tamasco at 75. Be you an old Tamascan or not an old Tamascan, because it is a celebration of what education has done.
From classrooms to boardrooms, from laboratories to leadership, from local impact to global influence, the Tamasco spirit lives on. This is more than a school. It is a brotherhood, a tradition, a lifelong identity. To be a Tamascan is to carry a torch lit 75 years ago and still burning brighter than ever. Successful professionals, all students across Ghana, across Africa, across the world. The sons of Tamasco stand tall, united by shared memories, driven by shared values, and bound by an unbreakable bond. Today, we pause not just to celebrate the past, but to honor the journey of visionaries, of teachers who gave their all, of students who dared to dream.
My name is Audu Musa, a student of Tamale Senior High and a proud member of the Tamasco STEM Lab. I'm the senior prefect of the Noble Institute, which is Tamale Senior High. And currently we are standing in the Tamasco STEM Lab. And with what we have here is just a simple demonstration of how the ocean life is. And currently, as we are to perform right now, is a mission that gathers all the debris found in the ocean life, which can cause harm to the aquatic lives. So currently, my team and I are to demonstrate the collection of such rubbish. So as our robot is moving right now, is initiating the collection of such rubbish, which will then be conveyed to the station where it can be properly disposed. So this is one of the, ideas that we have in making the world more of a better place, because when you come here, we do more than what we are actually showing over here. We actually use the Spike programming language to program the robots here. But when we come here, we have other innovative projects, including a smart irrigation system, which was programmed using the C++ language. So it doesn't necessarily have to deal with using, let's say, one or limiting ourselves to one language. So here it provides us with the knowledge that will benefit us when we get to the tertiary level. As some of us are aiming here to become computer engineers, computer scientists, and all that in the university. So this will help build a foundation for us so that when we get there, we won't find it to be too difficult for us.
My name is Isaka Auge. I'm the head of the department for ICT in Tamale Senior High School. In Tamale Senior High School, as in any other secondary school in Ghana, we have programs that the students offer. And among the programs, ICT is one of the programs. And for our situation here in Tamale Senior High School, We have both elective ICT and we have the core ICT as well. Now, with the coming in of the new curriculum, our Form 3s are the only people or the only students who offer the elective ICT and then the core. Then with the Form 1s and 2s, the current Form 1s and 2s, they are offering the new curriculum. So they do ICT and then computer science. With the core is basic ICT literacy, how to use Word, how to use Excel, how to use Publisher and the rest. Then with the electives, we take them through programs such as QBasic, how to program using QBasic. We take them through web technology using the HTML. We also take them through database management system using Access. And then we also go into a management information system that we do for the Form 3. Now the Form 1s and 2, we take them through programming in Python. Each of the labs have, some of them have limited capacity. For instance, when we take where I am currently, which is at the east, we have 20 computers, and the computers are designed to carry 40 students each. When we go to the west, we have another lab there which has also got 20 computers, but it is designed to have a 40-seater. Then we have 2 other labs at the west which can carry 40 each. So we have 4 labs in all.
Oh, that is it. My name is Mr. Zachary Nuhu, a chemistry teacher at Tamale Senior High School. I'm also in charge of the laboratories, especially the chemistry laboratory. What I'm currently doing is to distill water for most of our activities in the laboratory. So the distillation machine purifies the water, in other words, distills the water to the standard that we require to use in the laboratory, especially activities involving distant chemistry. So the water, the inlet, this is the inlet. So the water comes from outside, and we have a tank outside, mounted outside. That's what is supplying the water to us. In fact, we are very fortunate. One of the year groups mounted, drill a borehole for us, and that is what is supplying the laboratory with water. Good. So currently, our students are performing different activities, especially one of the key practical activities that every senior high student, science student requires to understand or know. That is titration. It is one of the activities every pure science student in senior high school is expected to learn and master. So currently, our students are currently trying their hands on titration, involving strong acid and strong base. I think our current headmaster has actually worked in many areas, in diverse ways to stock the labs and even get us new laboratories. But I think, considering the number of science students that we have, we need more structures that are laboratories.
Just as I said, I have 4 ICT labs, and notwithstanding that they are still inadequate, woefully inadequate, because if a lab is having 20 computers and the class size in the school is about 50, 60, you can see that it is woefully inadequate. When we have practical lessons, sometimes we have to pay them, or we let some stay in the classroom and others come. So we need computers. We need the physical computers so that it will help to support what we already have. What is happening is that the school has a larger population, about 5,000. So this 4 is just not enough. So our challenges are, one, we need computers. So if the old boys can support Tamasco ICT lab with computer, we would appreciate that so much. Apart from the computer, we also need printers. Sometimes students come here, they do the assignments. There is no way they can print the assignments unless we put them in a pen drive for them to go outside and print. And bringing pen drives into the system sometimes introduces virus which affect the overall function of the lab. Apart from the printer, we also need projectors. We have one projector each for the labs, but they are fixed. You can't carry them outside. In the station whereby a teacher wants to move to the classroom and do a presentation, it becomes impossible to send the projectors out because they are fixed.
Currently, this is the only chemistry lab we use, and that cannot take care of over almost 1,000 students who are pure science students. So one chemistry laboratory like this one cannot contain this kind of number. So we find it difficult to do most activities with the students because of the limited facilities are available. So if maybe stakeholders can come into our aid, build new standard laboratories for us, so that at least we'll be able to this to contain the huge numbers we have currently. Earlier, we used to have limited number of females participating in science programs, but currently we have many of our students being females. So at least stakeholders have to come in and help us with more facilities because of the numbers. The lab is too small to contain the numbers, so we usually group them. What we commonly use, let me start from the distillation machine. We need a bigger one. This one is the current one we use to distill water is too small. It's too small, so we need a bigger distillation machine. Most of the equipment we use in the laboratory, especially when it comes to chemistry, the bearers, the pipers, the conical flask, the retort stands with clamps, gas cylinders for the supply of gas to the labs. You see that? The delivery tubes. And most of the reagents or the chemicals that we require will be sodium hydroxide.
And now we stand at the threshold of a new chapter, a future driven by innovation, powered by knowledge, and inspired by legacy. The world is changing and Tamasco is ready to lead, ready to inspire, ready to shape the next generation of thinkers, creators, and leaders.
Ibrahim Mahama is my name, Assistant Headmaster Academic and Chairman of the Publicity Committee of the 75th anniversary of Tamale Senior High School. Yes, indeed, Tamasco is the light of Northern Ghana. On the 15th of May, we start the activities with Muslim prayer in the Tamasco Central Mosque. The following day, 16th of May, we'll have a float on the principal street of Tamale. Then the following day, 17th of May, we'll have Christian prayer to mark the celebration. Wednesday, we're going to have a cleanup exercise in our school community. Then on Friday, we are going to have OTA Connect. All young people, OTA, irrespective of the year you completed Tamasco, come and let's share, come and let's connect with the old generation. You can imagine we have people who completed Tamasco and they are still alive around 1962, 1960 something. Even if you completed Tamasco in 2026, you are still part of this celebration. Come and let's have a connection, let's share experiences of old Tamascans on the Friday, a day to the anniversary launch. The 23rd of May, Saturday, is the actual launch day, and that is the day we'll be expecting everyone to be in Tamasco campus. At the Parson Square, we're going to have a very wonderful celebration. The media, we count so much on you for your coverage and extension of this message to far and near. Let everyone hear and let everyone know that the premier senior secondary school in Northern Territory is 75 years. Hooray!
75 years of excellence, 75 years of impact, 75 years of legacy, and this is only the beginning. Tamasco is not just a place, it is a story still being written, a legacy still unfolding, a future waiting to be shaped. Tamasco at 75, honoring the past, celebrating the present, and boldly building the future.